People's Democratic Party is set to screen its running mate tomorrow ahead of the deadline set by INEC. In the APC, agitations and debates over who the running mate to Bola Tinubu will be is also on. And also today, governorship candidates in the Ekiti governorship election signed peace pact to uphold a non-violent exercise on Saturday. Hello, welcome to the program, everyone. This is Politics Today, live on Channels Television. I'm Sean Kimbalo in Abuja. Let's begin the program, shall we? And let's begin from Ekiti State, where the governorship candidates and the gladiators took to the stage, where the National Peace Committee pulled them together to sign a peace pact. We've seen a few violent incidents over the last few days. And so today, they gathered the candidates to sign a peace pact. Take a listen to the organizers of the event and the INEC chairman on the expectation for a peaceful conduct on Saturday.
We again appeal to all the political actors to ensure that they do not see the signing of the peace accord as a mere formality and a photo opportunity. May the friendship exhibited here follow you through the elections. And please note that at the National Peace Committee, we are exploring the possibilities of strengthening this accord so that those who sign it appreciate the weight, the consequences of their breaches.
For INEC, I wish to assure the Peace Committee of our commitment to transparent and credible elections. Working for the last 12 months, since June 2021, when we released the timetable for the Ekiti governorship election, it is inconceivable that INEC will undermine itself, especially on election day and beyond. I want to assure you all that the votes of the Ekiti people will count.
Bishop Matthew Kuka and Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, INEC chairman, speaking at a peace pact event earlier today in Advocacy, the Ekiti state capital. So much to talk about tonight. Now, there is a new dimension to the search for a running mate to Bola Tinubu. Well, the conversation has been, should it be a Muslim ticket or a Christian Muslim ticket, a Muslim Christian ticket, or where should the vice presidential candidate of the APC come from? The search is on, and the conversation now is, why not a woman? Yes. So we'll bring that conversation to you in a moment, but first and foremost, let's check out your political roundup stories.
The People's Democratic Party governorship candidate in Osun State, Senator Ademola Adeleke, says the amended electoral law has made it impossible for anyone to steal his votes in the coming July 16 poll in this state. Adeleke spoke after receiving the former Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs under Governor Rauf Aregbesola in the state and his supporters into the PDP at the state party secretariat in Osogbo on Wednesday.
I believe that a lot of people of Osun State, they are more wise. They are ready to defend their vote. So I don't believe it's going to be possible.
The House of Representatives is likely to commence the process of overriding President Muhammadu Buhari on the amended Electoral Act. This follows the advice of the Speaker to a lawmaker, Benny Bakba, who is urging the House to gather signatures and override the President. The Speaker, in his response, says the matter could be brought on notice during Thursday's plenary and would be considered. Meanwhile, the House is asking the Independent National Electoral Commission to extend the voters' registration deadline by 60 days. The Senate is asking security agencies to be discreet in collaborating on intelligence gathering and sharing to prevent future attacks by bandits and insurgents. The upper chamber is also urging security organizations to intensify efforts to investigate the attack and killing of worshippers at the St. Francis Catholic Church, Owo, and bring the perpetrators to book. The Senate adopted these resolutions after considering a motion on the killing of worshippers in Owo, Ondo State on Sunday, 5th of June 2022.
Senate resolves: 1. urges the security agencies to intensify efforts to investigate the matter with the aim of bringing perpetrators to book.
A chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, Chief Olabode George, says it's time for Nigeria to establish state police to address the current security challenges across the country. Addressing journalists in Lagos, Chief George notes that state policing system will assist the local community in maintaining law and order, as well as reducing the rate of unemployment among the youths in the country.
If you want to sleep well at night, nothing comes easy, nothing comes cheap. You pay for it. Look at the state of our local government.
A group under the auspices of the All Progressives Congress Concerned Citizens is advocating for a Muslim-Christian ticket in the APC, and they say this would create the kind of balance that is needed in the current political space and for the unity of the country. The group wants the APC presidential flag bearer, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, to consider former Speaker Yakubu Dogara, a Christian from the Northeast, as his running mate, considering his track records.
Another reason why Bauchi State should be considered is because the state was left behind while other states in the region were overloaded with political offices.
Ahead of the Ekiti State governorship election, 1,000 women march has been held in Ekiti State to sensitize the electorate on the need to uphold self-dignity in exercising their franchise. The Pan-African Women Group leads the rally in Ado Ekiti, the state capital, to preach against violence and speak against selling of votes, describing it as inimical to a good future. The group recalls that the last governorship election in the state exhibited vote selling and buying in a ridiculous manner, calling on the electorate to right the wrong this time around.
People were receiving even 5,000 naira for you to sell your future.
And in line with the vision to enlighten citizens to participate in governance and development with positive values, the National Orientation Agency has organized a training for women, youths, physically challenged, and vulnerable groups to make reliable information on the 2023 general elections available and accessible and ensure good governance is enthroned in Nigeria.
Today's training targets women because a culture where women are encouraged to participate in the electoral process must be instituted.
Tomorrow, the People's Democratic Party will screen a vice presidential candidate of the party ahead of the deadline. And the party has put up the names of the committee. The committee includes the chair, Chief Tommy Kimi, Dr. Akilu Ndabawa as a secretary, Sunday Honorable as the administrative secretary. He has also been to Bello Muted, Adedoja, Chief Adedoja, Honorable Austin Okpara, Professor Madawaki, and Mr. Fidelis Tapgun, Osita Chidoka, Dr. Akilu Ndabawa, and the rest as members of that committee. The screening will happen tomorrow ahead of the decision of the party to pick a running mate. A few names have come up so far. Some of the names include the governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, the governor of Delta State, Senator Ifeanyi Okowa, the former deputy speaker and the House of Representatives, and a few other names have been mentioned as possible running mates to Atiku Abubakar. But the party will screen the candidate. We understand that it might just be only one candidate that might be screened tomorrow, as the party, as a caucus of the party, had put forward the name of Mr. Nyesom Wike, the governor of Rivers State, as the running mate to Atiku Abubakar. The issue of running mate is not only an issue in the PDP, it is also in the ruling APC and as well as several other political parties where we have seen the presidential candidate emerge. Well, the governor of Kogi State, Governor Yahya Bello, was at the presidential villa today. He has his views on the issue of religious and ethnic considerations for that position. Take a listen to him.
The flag bearer, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is an astute politician. He understands the game well, and he knows how to win a contest, especially at this level. I am confident that himself, Mr. President, our party, leaders and elders of our party will come up with a selection that is going to sell the party and the candidature of our party and ensure a victory.
That's the governor of Kogi State, Governor Yaya Bello. The former governor of Abia State and the Senate senator, the chief whip of the Senate, also has his views on the running mate, who should be the running mate to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Take a listen to Senator Oji Uzokalo.
If I am enamored Bola Tinubu's situation, the wife is a senior pastor in a Pentecostal church, I will go Muslim ticket. The most important thing is for the party to win. It's not, we should stop all this rubbish about whether you put a Christian there. After all, if we win, already the wife is a pastor. They have been living for over 40, 50 something years together. I've known them this far. So why do you want to blame about, she's already like a deputy president? If I'm to say, I'm saying I'm a Catholic. I'm saying my opinion. This is Oji Carlos' opinion. You cannot deny me my opinion. But you can also play Christian ticket, depending on the scenario. Because if we don't play Muslim, we're in trouble. We will not win it will be most difficult to win the election. Because the only thing left to Ahmed Tinubu today is to play Muslim.
All right. How that will play out is for us to find out later on, and whether by Friday the party will have to submit names to INEC. Well, it is not only the Muslim ticket that is a matter. It's in fact the male-female ticket. That's another angle to it. There are those of the view that the running mate should in fact be a woman from the north. Let's get into that conversation. That's another perspective entirely to the whole scenario. I'm being joined by a senior member of the APC, a chieftain of the APC, and a sitting senator, Senator Binta Masi Garba. Thank you so much, distinguished senator, for coming tonight.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
Do you subscribe to the view, or you hold the same view with your colleague, Senator Oji Uzokalo, about who should be the running mate to Bola Tinubu?
Well, he is entitled to his own opinion, and what he said in the last interview he had, he said, this is Oji Uzokalo's opinion, and every Nigerian is entitled to his own opinion as long as it is within he or she confines herself within the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yeah, we've come a long way. APC has brought in the flag bearer. What next is who now assists the flag bearer? And definitely the southern part of Nigeria has gotten the ticket and the flag, the flag, then definitely the northern Nigeria needs to come out with who becomes the vice to again accept what the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has said. Now the issue now is, Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu is a Christian from the southwestern part of Nigeria.
A Muslim.
A Muslim, sorry, from the southwest. So we have 6 geopolitical zones. Now, the northern part in each of the 3 geopolitical zones that makes up the north, the northwest, the northeast, and the north central, the party needs to bring out who now becomes the vice president. And this issue of a man-man ticket or a male-dominated environment when it comes to politics, forgetting that who are those that goes out to now vote the flag bearer. Mostly, if you looked at statistics, it is the women and the youth. But now, is the party looking on the other side of who now becomes the flag bearer? Because the issue now is based on sentiment on religion and ethnic group, which you cannot run away from it constitutionally. Even when the Constitution says that for you to have your ministers, it must have a federal coronation, a federal character. Now again, if you now want to now build up on that, then you must find someone within the northern Nigeria who now will now fits to assist the president in bringing out the vote.
All right. So you are an experienced lawmaker. You cut your teeth in the Green Chamber. You rose into becoming a senator. That's no mean feat at all. A lot of men have tried that, but they failed. You've defeated men in this race. So when you are talking, a lot of Nigerians need to listen to you because you are an experienced politician. And I'd like to get your view on what Senator Ojuso. Can I make reference again to what he said? He said, your party cannot win, or will find difficult to win if it does not go Muslim ticket. Do you agree?
I disagree with him completely. And let me just digress a little. I was elected in Kaduna State. My father came to Kaduna in 1939. He had us all in Kaduna. I'm from Adamawa State. From 1999 to 2007, I represented Kaduna South Federal Constituency in Kaduna State. And anyone that knows Kaduna South, it has 13 wards. 8 wards are predominantly Muslim community. 1 ward predominantly Christian community. The other 4 wards are just a mixed grill. But the people that gave my vote as a Christian in a Muslim-dominated environment were Muslims. And I contested with other Muslim brothers at that time.
So you're a Christian?
So I'm a Christian.
And you got the Muslim backing?
I got the Muslim backing. Even in the 8th Assembly when I was in the Senate in my Senatorial district, the people in my constituents that gave me the vote are the Muslims. So it's not that, is it because she is a Christian? No. Has she represented us well? The answer is yes. So if you have been in Kaduna State by virtue of birth and you now were elected twice in a Muslim-dominated environment, you now went back to Adamawa State, again you contested House of Rep in a Christian-dominated environment, you won, then again you became the chairman of a party, which you gave the party the life in 2015, 14 via 15.
So that's yourself?
That's myself, yes, the chairman of APC.
You chaired the APC in Adamawa?
Yes, and we did well. The thing about you going into election, you ought to be scientific a little. You have to now know the SWOT, where is your strength, your weakness, your opportunity, and your trend. But now we are talking about national politics. The women cannot be neglected. The youth cannot be neglected. Because at the end of the day, in either way it swings, definitely the women are the ones to make a resolute.
So can Senator Binta Masi Garba be the running mate to Bola Tinubu?
If that's what God has destined, so be it. Why not?
Is she ready?
Of course. Tanzania is an African country. The president now, by virtue of, she was the vice president before nature has its own call on the president. And today, she's a Muslim and she's the president of Tanzania. We can't run away from it. History has it. But
you're from Adamawa State, where the presidential candidate of the PDP comes from.
Of course.
And so he's a familiar person to you.
Yeah,
you know how tough that the race will be.
Of course.
And the concentration of your party is, let's get a strong Muslim from the north. And
but
some of the chieftains of the party.
Sometimes destiny. You can't run away from destiny.
The question is whether or not you can get the kind of vote that your party needs from the north.
The party is still in government. Number one. Number two, the dimension of breaking the ceiling world. The
glass ceiling.
The glass ceiling. You have to look at it. If you looked at America, even before Biden came on board, nobody ever believed that the Democratic Party in America will make a history. But when they brought in the vice president, the table turned. So what we're saying is that, hey, we're all by the Constitution. Everyone is one before the Constitution.
If you become the APC running mate to Bola Tinubu, and if Bola Tinubu becomes the next president, you will become the very first female vice president in the history of this country. Have you dreamt about it? Have you seen it happen? Do you think it will happen?
A couple of years ago, someone asked me, after you've been a House of Rep, what next? You're looking at the first vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Maybe it's time, maybe it's not time. But definitely one day it will surely come to pass.
And it can definitely be you.
Of course it is.
What do you bring to the table?
We have a lot of things that needed to be put in straightened in Nigeria. Before we came on board, we have this issue of insecurity. And we thought when the President, Muhammadu Buhari, will come on board, because the issue of insecurity was one, unemployment is another thing, our infrastructural level, infrastructure activities are gone down. If you looked at the standard of education, there's nothing to write home about. You look at the health sector and everything. So everything is modeled down to almost a total collapse. So obviously, anybody who wants to be there, it's not a chingom party. It's something that you need to see, because a lot of things. I gave an analogy. I said, you look and see a beautiful house. The interior's perfect. The exterior, perfect. And when you're coming towards the house, you start feeling some stench. Opening the door is something terrible. I think that is how we looked at Nigeria. The sector, educational sector, health sector, the infrastructure, everything is almost at a total collapse. So whoever that is the flag bearer, or the two flag bearer or three that are there, are not coming there on the table and think it's a Tea Party thing. It's something that Nigeria needs to have, a new Nigeria with a new focus that will bring about life to Nigerians, because every Nigerian is thinking that, do we have a hope? Of course, definitely we have a hope. But where is that hope that lies in is when we have someone that knows that he is a Nigerian and he has to make he has to make a plan for the future generation of our country.
So let me ask you, this might be direct. You're from Adamawa State. Can your party trust you to win the vote of, first and foremost, Adamawa State? Can you win Adamawa off the hands of Atiku Abubakar, knowing full well that it is a PDP-controlled state?
Yes, a woman is now the flag bearer of APC in Adamawa State, and she beat other men. Why did the people of Adamawa State believe in Senator Aisha Binani? Why did they believe in her? Why did she go there and get over 400 votes against other male? She was the only female there. Because first, she was in the House of Representatives. She did a lot of things. She now became a senator extraordinary. I have been in the parliament for 16 years. So obviously, I should know what I'm saying or what I ought to do. What Nigerians need is just put the infrastructure in line and let them have food on their table.
So the question is, can you you have an experience. Can you beat Atiku Abubakar in Adamawa State?
When it comes to the women of Adamawa State can stand with me. And not only the women of Adamawa State.
Not only the women to win the election.
Of course.
And so they need someone to trust to bring the votes home. In the first place, Northeast will not give as much of the votes as the Northwest or the Southwest.
I told you I contested in the Northwest, and I won.
As a senator?
As a House of Rep member.
As a Reps member?
Yes.
So that's a different kettle of fish
compared
to a national election.
It doesn't matter. The women are out there looking for hope. And they believe if a woman is there, she can give the hope.
What is the percentage of the women vote in the general election that you're looking at too?
Well, by the statistic we have as Nigeria, in terms of the population, the women of Nigeria are about 49.5% of the total vote.
So you're hoping to grab all of those?
You can't grab everything, my dear. You can't have it all through. But if you work like as a politician, and which has worked on me, I told you about the SWOT analysis. And if you know where you're strengthened, you capitalize on it. If you know where the threat is, you try to see how you can protect so that that threat cannot consume your strength. If there's an opening of opportunity, you see how you can work on that. But again, who are the people that vote? Are the women. You've been in the field and you can attest to that.
Yeah, women vote, but women usually, the male votes is usually about 4% higher than those of women.
Because of the youth. And no youth, when you see a mother trying to go into a position, will want to back out. No. Because he knows that once if the mother is there, definitely, he knows that his future is secured. So what we are saying is that let's start looking the angle of women. We've seen women, come on. Queen Amina did perfectly well. Ozozo. Women that have been in position before now, not that every other woman is
a lot of
good.
women in history have made sacrifices and have, I mean, shown. Moremia Jansoro of Ileife. Queen Amina Ozozo. They're very eminently qualified women. And you are also standing under the platform of history, and history will be kind to you that you have done your bit in the National Assembly. But the question is, this is a male-dominated environment. That's a fact.
But we can take a leaf somewhere, even if it is dominated by men. The thing is that, do we really want to project our country from where she is upward? Because we talked about gender affirmative action. And we're not trying to say we are fighting the men, no. Take a good example when you are in the Senate or in the House of Representatives. An issue of gender, like I was the one that, when we came in with the violence against women bill, one of my colleagues looked at me and said, Binta, it is not only women that are violated. So change that word women and put it women person. That's what brought about the bill. It was during my time. And we work with the men. We got picture of where men were violated, children were violated irrespective of gender. And we now saw that, hey, the question we should ask ourselves, are we Nigerians? If we believe that we are Nigerians, how do we Nigerianize ourselves? And again, what do we have in the kitty that tomorrow's generation will now applaud us?
How much of the understanding of the vice president's role do you have? How much of that understanding? Because a vice president is more or less an extra tire in that sense that a lot of people think. So why do you want to be a vice president?
Why? I'm a Nigerian. I'm a politician. And I believe in the beauty and I believe in the destiny of my country, that I should be a contributor to see Nigeria coming up in another direction direction that will make Nigerians to be proud of. Most people are leaving this country because they believe that nothing good is in Nigeria, but I believe that there's something good about Nigeria. If you and I can team together and work together irrespective of where our status in the society, our cultural divide, our religious divide, but if we looked at ourselves first and foremost as Nigerians, if you go to an American and said, he will tell you, I'm an American. Rwanda is here. We've seen what happened in Rwanda. But now when you meet the Rwanda, he is not a Hutu or a Tutsi. He believes he's in Rwanda because they believe in the president that came in with a vision to bring about a new Rwanda. So now we're talking about the new Nigeria with a new focus where you bring women together on the table to discuss the future of our country and to carry everybody along.
Is Bola Tinubu the kind of man you can work with?
He has worked with women. I've known him for a while.
Do you know him closely?
Not too closely, but his wife, when we're in the Senate, we're very close.
Do you think he can consider you? Because it's his choice to make.
It is his choice, but again, it's the choice of the party.
But his choice comes first. He's given a chance of first refusal.
Because he is the flag bearer.
Have you spoken to him?
I have not spoken to him. I have not spoken to him.
But does he know you want to be
Of course, he knows me. He knows me.
Does he know you have the ambition of wanting to be a running mate?
I wouldn't know whether he knows I have the ambition or not.
He's probably watching you right now.
Of course.
So if you're probably having the opportunity to speak to him, what would you say to him?
This is the person you are looking for that can be your vice president.
And what can you do for him? Because you are basically...
What can you do for the country?
Yeah, no, because, I mean, he's the one that gets the ticket of the party.
He is the one that gets the ticket.
Should he be president? He's the one that has a mandate to be president of Nigeria.
Of course.
So you are working with him.
The mandate to be the president of Nigeria with the vote of Nigerians, inclusive of women and youth.
But you will
so now he is the flag bearer of my party. My party comes first. And I will see that my party wins the general election. And that will give me the pride that we've been in this business for 8 years. That does not mean that we need to be thrown out. No, PDP spent 16 years. So obviously, I strongly believe that my party should spend another 8 years in office. But all what we're saying is that the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is not gender biased. So when it now comes to the involvement of politics, that it talks about the well-being of Nigeria, the life and security of Nigeria. Every Nigeria is the stakeholder in it. And if my party believes of how do we win election, and 49.5% of the total votes, population of Nigerians who are women will be relegated, and something is wrong somewhere. So all we're trying to say now, open a new leaf, open a new chapter, look inward, see how we can run the race. It's not an individual race, it's a collective interest race to bring about a better Nigeria, a beautiful Nigeria, a future that our children will look at us, whether we are alive or dead, and say, God bless such a person or such a people that have made the Nigeria of our dream. I think that's the most important thing. Whether you are a he or a she does not matter. The Constitution said everyone is equal before the law. Now, what is the difference that what you can do as a man, a woman can do? We've seen it, we've heard it, why wouldn't it happen in our own country? All what we're saying is that Adamawa State, God bless her, first and foremost, a woman is going to be our governor by the special grace of the Almighty. If God again permits and destiny play its role, Binta becomes the vice president, so be it. But again, it is not the name that matters. What is it on ground? How do you hit the ground rolling? And that's the most important thing that we'll do. But I think Nigeria, for once, should now remember or should now realize that Nigerian women are no more sleeping. They are alert and they are ready to see who will take their interest, their best interest at heart. A woman wants to see her child go to school. A woman wants to see if her child is sick, she can go to the hospital without paying so much money. If she wants to go to her to work, the roads are well and whatever, and you have a happy home.
I guess the giant is awake right now.
I think so.
I wish you the very best. Senator Binta Garba, thank you so much for your time tonight. I wish you the very best.
You're welcome, and God bless you.
I know a lot of women out there are rooting for you right now.
By His grace.
It's an audacious move, and I wish you the very best.
Thank you. Thank you. We continue. Yeah. We will continue the struggle.
We'll take a break, everyone. And when we come back, I will be speaking with a man who says, I will not step down for Senator Ahmed Lawan, and I will not relinquish the ticket. What does it mean? Why all of these? Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back. Everyone for staying with us right here on the program. Now, Senator Ahmed Lawan, the Senate President, is from Yobe State. He's a sitting senator representing that state in the National Assembly. Now, he ran for president, wanted the ticket of a party to be the presidential candidate of the APC. But that did not happen. Ahmed Tinubu beat himself, the likes of Rotimi Amechi, and the vice president to get the ticket. Now, there is a man who is insisting that there is a lot of pressure on him to relinquish the ticket he won from the same seat in the APC, the Yobe East Senatorial seat, Yobe North Senatorial seat. And he said he won't relinquish it because there are pressure on him to relinquish the ticket to Senator Ahmed Lawan. Well, there hasn't been any reaction from the Senate President's office, but let's hear from the man who believes it's his time and he would get the ticket. I'm being joined now by Mr. Bashir Sharif Makshina. Thank you so much for coming tonight on the program.
Thank you very much, Phil.
What is happening? I mean, you've raised an alarm over the ticket of your party.
Yeah.
And you've said there is pressure on you. Who is mounting the pressure?
Well, specifically, the pressure is more or less speculative. Speculative in the sense that a group of people may be agitating for someone to come and take over the ticket that was actually given to me by the electorates, putting the speculation that maybe someone should come and take over. There wasn't any clear-cut person or message directly that says I should step down. But from the headquarters of my party, recently I was informed that if I'm still in the rest, that I should actually write formally to inform the party that I am still the candidate that I am. So
where did the letter come from?
No, they requested.
Is it by verbally? They requested verbally?
Yeah,
or in writing?
You know, we are in the process of following up, finding out if the nomination forms and what have you are ready. We are filling the personal particulars form submission and what have you. Then this question comes, are you still in the race?
Who asked you that question?
Yeah, from the party headquarters. And then, of course, I said, I am the candidate that was duly elected by the electors, the delegates that participated in the senatorial primary elections in the Yobe North Senatorial District. So then I formally wrote a letter to the party reiterating and affirming my position that, look, I am still the candidate. I did not withdraw, and I'm not withdrawing, and I'm in the rest, just in the event anybody is contemplating or doubting that there is any move. So the pressure, the threat, or maybe the agitation by some people that this very mandate that was given to me by members of the APC in the recently concluded senatorial primary election still stands. This mandate stands, is with me. I'm not withdrawing. I am in the rest. I did not attempt and didn't share that with anybody.
All right. So before we get into the other matters, let's just clear a few issues.
Yeah.
Were you anointed by the governor of your state?
Anointed? I was elected in the primaries.
Are you a preferred candidate of your governor?
Yeah. Every candidate that is elected by the people is a preferred candidate by the governor.
So Governor May Malabuni prefers you, you are close to him?
Not prefers me, but rather Governor May Malabuni is with any candidate that is elected by the party.
You know the reason why I'm asking these questions is because there are talks in your state that you are a preferred candidate that is being used to fight Ahmed Lawan.
To fight
Ahmed Lawan.
Well, no. There wasn't anything like fighting Ahmed Lawan, and I don't think there is any friction or fight generally within the party in my state.
If you were asked officially by the party to step down for Ahmed Lawan, would you?
No, I won't step down because Ahmed Lawan did not contest for the Senate. Of course, it's a known fact. It's an open secret. Ahmed Lawan contested for president and lost. And when I contested for Senate, Ahmed Lawan did not participate or did not contest. So I don't think that may be in any way an issue.
So what if the party decides to compensate him for losing out at the presidential primary and say, okay, go back to your senatorial seat? Would you still consider that move? Assuming you heard from the president today, would you consider stepping down?
Well, you know, Sharon, don't forget the fact that APC as a party in itself was formed. We formed the party due to this issue of maybe trying to correct anomalies by previous political parties like the PDP and other political parties. So it was formed by a merger of people from various political groups, various political parties, PDP, ANPP, ACN, and the rest. And the sole purpose to ensure that we form a party that provides justice, peace, and harmony. That's why the motto of APC is justice and peace. And then, of course, this is a party that is being led by responsible, law-abiding citizens. So being law-abiding, do you think that it will be part of law, or it will coincide with justice for you to say, well, somebody had a mandate from the people elected, and then you change him suddenly overnight? No. I'm sure my party will not just do that. I'm confident my leaders are very fair and just. They are going by the motto of our party, justice and peace.
Now, you have come out to the public to raise the alarm.
Yeah. And
the question is that, is this alarm just based on speculation? There are no real threats to your ticket?
Well, if after a week after the primary election, someone asks, are you still in the race? Definitely, something is maybe fishy. But just for me to be sure, I wrote to the party that, look, don't let anybody mislead you. I'm still in this race. I still hold this mandate, and I am the candidate of the APC to contest the 2023 senatorial election in Yobe North. That is Yobe North.
Now, so another question is whether or not you said you will not relinquish the ticket. So your name has not been submitted to INEC just yet. But one of the fears that you have is that you might be surreptitiously, your name might be surreptitiously replaced by another person. Do you have the feeling that those kind of move is being made in the background?
Well, I really don't think there is that move, but that speculation that leads to maybe some people saying or asking if I'm still a candidate will create the fear. But because I'm not part of the working, team that are presenting or working for our party to see who and whose names gets to the INEC, I wouldn't say, well, my name is surreptitiously replaced or whatever. This mandate, the Electoral Act is very clear. Somebody, I don't think, in this era will just sit down and remove someone's name and replace somebody's name, especially the person that didn't undergo the process of that primary election. Somebody that doesn't contest an election naturally can't be in that election. That is covered by the law, covered by the Electoral Act. In fact, it's even covered by the guidelines of our great party.
What do you think might be behind all of this?
Well, maybe some power play.
From where?
Oh, yes. Now you are just saying, of course, it's a reality. We just finished the presidential primaries. That is, we finished all the primaries from top to bottom. And maybe some politicians who are actually not prepared to go and to contest for certain elections got themselves contesting the elections, thinking that maybe somehow, somewhere, they will come across some luck to pick the ticket. Maybe people who are not actually fit enough to contest certain offices shown went about, and then maybe eventually they are contemplating that they should get back to their actual level. Maybe so.
You emerged as a consensus candidate?
No, I was elected. I contested the election, and I was elected. There was a primary election. There is a balloting. So when you ballot, that isn't consensus. I scored 289 votes out of the 300 votes that were cast.
How many people were in that race?
There are 300 delegates. That is 50 delegates representing.
Is that the result sheet?
Yeah, sure.
Can I see? Thank you. Okay, so I asked, you are the only person on the ballot. So for the sake of our viewers,
yeah,
this is it. You are the only person.
Yeah, that contested.
So you are an obvious. You were returned unopposed.
Unopposed, but delegates voted as a markup following the process.
So well, I mean, so is it right for those who say that this was the governor's hand in it?
No, there isn't any. I'm saying I was elected, Sean. So is there anything like the governor's hand?
Because, I mean, that's what we are hearing from the other side.
Which side?
The other side, your opponent.
Other side of the divide. Well, it's not correct. This is practical that delegates assembled, 300 of them, 50 from each of the 6 local governments. They cast their votes. 289 people voted for me, and there were 11 invalids. And the election was conducted by a representative of the party from the national headquarters, Abuja here in Yobe. And we have INEC officials. You can see that they duly sign. We have security agencies representatives, and there are a lot of other observers, both local, international NGOs, but most importantly, all the security agencies, police, NSCDC, DSS were there effectively represented, and the election is an open one. The election took place by the day, not in the night. So it's a very transparent, open balloting. It's balloting show. So when you do ballot, there is no question of consensus. Look at the signatories.
All right, yeah. I see this. I mean, so now I'm not sure if there's anybody that is debating or contesting this piece of document that you have.
Yes.
But the contestation is whether or not Senator Ahmed Lawan, with his wealth of experience in the National Assembly, should just walk away without flying back or representing your senatorial. You are from Machina?
Machina, yes.
And he's from Bade?
He's from Bade, that is Gashua, yes.
Yeah. So for those who believe that he should go back to the National Assembly, what do you say to that?
Well, he doesn't believe he should. He didn't believe, and I'm sure he did not plan to go back to the National Assembly. That's why he contested for president and lost. Sure? He didn't. And this is democracy. The space is free. A certain period of time is given out for people who wants to contest. Timetables were set, guidelines were produced by the party, and then eventually the election was held.
Now, there is a withdrawal form that came with your nomination form that is being sold. Did you fill it or not?
Not. I didn't feel it.
It was a must for every candidate before your nomination.
Where did they write in the form that it's a must? Joe?
So what did you do with your own withdrawal form?
No, I just didn't fill it.
Then you submitted your form?
Yeah, without signing or filling the withdrawal form, because I believe I didn't get to this contest to withdraw.
So you left the withdrawal form and you just filled your expression of interest form and the nomination form and you submitted those.
And then the oath of allegiance and the other oaths, and I ensured that I filled them, the affidavit.
Now, what do you make of also those who are debating in your senatorial district that a person in the stature of the Senate president, that his services are needed, and comparing with your experience, and they think that why not give Ahmed Lawan? Because that's where this conversation has been coming from, because I tried to follow up what exactly is happening, what are the issues, and this perhaps may not have come this heated, if not because he's a Senate president, you know. You don't believe in that narrative, do you?
But Shehu, why do you say, certainly Ahmed Lawan was elected, or we elected Ahmed Lawan from Yobe North Senatorial District to represent us as our senator for a period of 16 years. That is about 4 terms. Secondly, Shehu, do you know that although we are lucky, that is lucky as Yobe APC members, as Yobe indigents, that the presidency of the Senate was zoned to Yobe or the Northeast, and eventually one of ours, our son, was elected to be the Senate president and currently holding that position. Sean, I am Ahmed Lawan Senior in the National Assembly. I was a member of the House of Representatives 1992 in the SDP. I was the first national auditor of the Action Congress. I was deputy national auditor of the PDP 2002 to 2006. So you can see when you talk of wealth of experience, I have that legislative background as a member of the Green Chamber. And then, of course, other experiences. My immediate first appointment is I was the chairman governing board of the Nigerian Shippers Council. So you can see over the period, I have gained so many experiences, beginning with the legislative, then down to others. So you can see that at least my people genuinely knew that, look, as one of the very senior members of the party, I am the one that will conveniently represent them in the National Assembly as a senator.
So I'm wondering, I have just two short questions quickly before we let you go. The form you say you did not sign, the form is affixed to your expression of interest. I understand that form usually is the last and is affixed.
Yeah.
So what happened to you? Did you return it on field, or you still have a copy with you?
Copy of the form?
Or the withdrawal form?
Of the withdrawal. No, I just return it unfilled. That's all, because I don't want to remove anything from the form.
That's the one that I accepted an unfilled form from you.
What do you mean by an unfilled form?
Because you did not fill all the forms.
You see, the form, that very form you are talking of, the voluntary withdrawal form, is attached. You see, there are 16 pages in the form. So from 1 to 16, form number 15 is the withdrawal agreement, withdrawal form. So I simply, left it unfilled because I feel, no, I'm not ready to withdraw. Why filling this? And there is no space, nowhere in the form that says or provides that you must fill from 1 to 16.
Okay. On a final note, do you have the backing of Bola Tinubu for your ticket?
Oh, naturally, for my ticket, of course. I certainly, every ticket is being backed by Bola Tinubu, our presidential candidate. Being the presidential candidate, of course, he is backing every candidate in the APC, from the president down to the
You're talking about generically. I'm talking about particularly if you have his backing, you have his prayers.
Yeah, I have his blessing, I have his backing.
Same with your governor.
Contesting.
Did you have the blessings from your governor too?
Certainly.
Specifically?
Yeah, certainly.
Who paid for your form?
I paid for my form.
You bought your form yourself?
Yeah.
So what is this talk about? You did not pay, you are not the one who purchased the form.
Well, I paid for my form.
All right. So you're insisting that no going back, you are moving ahead?
Yeah, surely. That's why, Sean, I wrote this very letter to the party, that certainly I'm still in the race, and I was elected, you can see from the result sheet, and it's a mandate given to me. And I don't think there is anywhere in the provision of our primary election guideline that provides that maybe the ticket should be at any given time within the party's discretion be given to anybody that did not participate in the election.
Mr. Bashir Sharif Mashina, APC Senatorial candidate, Yobe North, thank you so much for coming tonight.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, that's our show for tonight, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm sure Kimale. Bye for now.